but I'm ready.
Perfect. Let's talk about it. Can you tell me what happened throughout the story?
Yeah. In the beginning, she went to her grandma's house, and then she met a bad guy in the woods, and she told him that she was going to her grandma's house, and she told her where her grandma lived. Next, got to her grandma's house, and the wolf was inside, and he was dressed up as her grandma. And when she went in, she thought it was her grandma, but it wasn't her grandma. And the wolf got her and ate her grandma and Little Red Riding Hood. And that's all.
Okay. So I noticed that when you were telling me about the book, you said her and him and the bad guy. But did those people have names?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you remember their names?
Yeah. She was Little Red Riding Hood, and grandmother was her grandma, and the bad guy was the wolf.
Oh, okay. So remember, when you're retelling, you want to make sure to use the actual names and think about what was, the most important part, and really think about the lesson, so that when you're telling me about the story, I can make sure that I understand the lesson of the story. Okay? So let's try it again. Remember to use the names, all of the important events, and talk about the lesson.
Okay. So in the beginning, Little Red Riding Hood was she was going to her grandmother's house because she was sick. So her mom told her to be careful in the woods and don't talk to strangers, but she didn't listen. And while she was walking through the woods, she met a wolf, and she didn't know the wolf was a bad guy. So she told the wolf where she was going and where she would, like where her grandmother lived. So he went to her grandmother's house, and she tied her up and put her in the closet, and he dressed up as her grandmother. So when Little Red Riding Hood, she noticed stuff about that looked weird about her grandmother, and then she noticed it was the wolf, and the wolf started chasing her, and he finally got her, and he ate her up, and then she ate her grandma up, and then the hunter that was outside, he saw everything, so he came in and killed the wolf and cut his stomach open and pulled Little Red Riding Hood and his grandmother out.
Wow, thank you for using all of the names and all of those details. All those little details were really important, so thank you for including this. I have some questions for you. So what was the author trying to tell us in the story?
To not talk to strangers or listen to your mom, because she didn't listen to her mom. And her and Little Red Riding Hood and her grandma almost got eaten up, but the hunter saved her.
Yeah. So the author really wants us to know, listen to our parents and follow directions. And what do you think was the most important part of the story?
When she got saved by the hunter, because then she learned her lesson not to talk to strangers and to listen to her mom. So now she knows next time she goes to her grandma's house, she doesn't talk to nobody.
Yes, perfect. Thank you, dear.